Many modern sports have their origins in 19th century Britain. People all over the world enjoyed physical games for thousands of years. But it was the Victorians who organised and made rules for them. Without their influence, most of today's popular sports would be very different. Take rugby, for example. 200 years ago, ball games similar to football and rugby were very popular in the country's famous private schools. But each school had completely different rules. It wasn't until 1863 that a committee decided to agree on a universal set of rules. However, there was some disagreement between different groups, and some people became very angry. Most of the representatives wanted a game that limited the use of the hands and encouraged skill more than force. In 1863, they created association football, which most people now call football or soccer. But others felt the game should be more physical, and most importantly, that players should be allowed to use their hands as well as their feet. In 1871, they formed the Rugby Football Union, and the sport of rugby was born. But one typically British sport that the Victorians didn't organise was cricket. The Marylebone Cricket Club invented the first set of cricket rules in 1788, and many of these basic laws still apply today. There are still 2 teams of 11 players, 1 team bats, and the other team bowls and fields. The batter tries to hit the ball and run between the wickets. This is called a run. The bowler tries to hit the wickets, and the fielder tries to catch the ball. If they can do this, the batter is out. But while the Victorians didn't create these rules, they did make one huge contribution to cricket: the Ashes. In the 19th century, England often played colonies like India, the West Indies, and Australia. But the English almost always won. So it was a huge surprise when Australia beat England on the 29th of August, 1882. The English were deeply ashamed of this defeat, and the Australians jokingly referred to this match as the death of English cricket. They burned a wicket, or a cricket ball, we still don't know what exactly, and put the ashes in an urn. They then offered it to the English cricket team. Since then, Australia and England have played a tournament called the Ashes at least once every 4 years, but usually more often. And they take turns to play in England and Australia. Each tournament includes 5 matches, each taking up to 5 days to play. At the end, the winners receive a glass trophy based on the original urn of ashes. For English and Australian cricket fans, it is a sporting event not to be missed, and winning is a matter of great national pride. This is the Adelaide Oval on Ashes Day. It's an extremely popular event, and thousands of people happily travel miles to watch the cricket. But it isn't all fun. For over 130 years, there has been an intense rivalry between England and Australia. By the time the 2 countries meet again, England will have won 31 tournaments, and Australia will have won 32 tournaments. If England win next time, it will be a draw. So most people predict the next Ashes will be an exciting but anxious event for cricket lovers in both countries.